Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Saturday, July 14th, 1883, Sri Ramakrishna arrived at Adhar's house in Calcutta. Rakhal, M and other devotees were with him, with the master. Rakhal, M and other devotees were with the master. Adhar had arranged to have Rajnarayan, the famous singer, and his party recite the Chandi. Rajnarayan began the recital in the worship hall. He sang, "I have surrendered my soul at the fearless feet of the Mother. Am I afraid of death anymore?" As the master listened, he became filled with divine fervor and joined the musicians. Now and then he improvised an appropriate line. Suddenly he went into samadhi and stood still. Rakhal, M and other devotees are there at Adhar's house. Chandi, they recite the Chandi. Chandi, when we say Chandi, it is Durga Saptashati. It is about 700 shlokas, just as big as Bhagavad Gita. It is a tradition of the Bengal Shakta system to chant the whole of Chandi in any functions, in any ceremonies, as a part of the ceremony. Sometimes, occasionally, for purifying the places, to filling with some spiritual awareness in people, they use it. And just like in our North India, the chanting of Ramcharitmanas of Tulsidas Ramcharitmanas is chanted almost whole of North India. Maharashtra, it is not very popular, but rest of the places it is very common, and they chant throughout, from beginning to end. It's a huge thing. It takes about 24 hours, one full day and one full night, to complete the Ramcharitmanas, that is Ramayana in Hindi, by Tulsidas. And similarly, here in Bengal, this Chandi part is done. Chandi part takes about nearly a little normal speed if we go of chanting. It takes about 2.5 hours to 3 hours. Those who are accustomed very fast reading and all, they finish within 1.5 hours. But commonly it is. And here the Divine Mother's various aspects of Divine Mother is brought out. And the most important are the four stutis are there in it. That takes a beautiful course of praising the Divine Mother in various ways, praying to her and all that. But when we see the whole system, it has internal significance. It is a war-like thing, constantly fighting, but it is associated with the cosmic existence as well as our day-to-day life in the world and our individual existence. We can apply the same thing, what's happening within us, apply to that, because it's a war between the Devatas and Asuras, the demons and the gods and goddesses. Now, God aspect, divine aspect is different from the Asuras, the demonical forces in the nature. Whenever one becomes two, there will be negativity and positivity. It splits into one whole, at rest completely within itself. It is totally calm and pleasant, but when it splits into two, you will immediately see the two are, one is negative and one is positive. And when they join again, they neutralize, and absolute neutrality, equality, equanimity, all this you can see, but the moment it splits into two, the universe is a manifestation, one becoming two. So there will be dharma and adharma, the righteousness, unrighteousness, all this good and bad, right and wrong, suffering and joy, all these dualities are inevitable. The duality is going to be eternally there. You can see from ancient times, constantly war going on in one place or other on this earth. A human existence, you can see. One place or other, war is going on. On the other side, there is peace developing. Somewhere, it is a compensating factor but it always exists. The nature of the godly thing, divine, is never to conquer or harm anyone. It rests in itself. It is self-contained, its own joy and peace. But demonical forces are such that they are never contented with what they are. They don't want the divine to be there and occupy the whole thing and dominate, either dominate or possess. So this aspect of negative forces to conquer and destroy the positive forces results in a chaos. And only divine, which is beyond the two, has to come down to bring whole thing under control. So here we see Divine Mother, it happens at individual level. Within ourselves it happens. There are so many goodness and badness within us. If constantly internal conflict and fighting is going on. Externally also we see, similarly at a society level, in a house level, anywhere and everywhere you see, there is a constant conflict. Nation to nation, amidst religions, wherever you see, there are two forces always working and fighting. This is brought here. Now, the invocation of the Divine Mother in that condition, wherever, in whatever condition the things are there, we understand there is within myself there is we have not attained that perfect harmony within, that I am at peace at all times. And also on the other side, we don't feel we are complete, we are incomplete, something lacking always, some void within. That is, abhava is being constantly seen within us. And how this internal war can be destroyed, internal enemies can be destroyed. Is there a possibility that I destroy all my inner enemies and outer enemies? No, it is not possible, because it's a part of nature. But there is a way, holding on to the divine, I can transcend the duality. All dualities can be transcended. I can go beyond the two. None of the forces of nature, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, ahankara, raga, dvesha, none of this can be destroyed. But you can go beyond, you can grow beyond, you can develop beyond, you can expand beyond, and see that they look alike and they look absolutely equal without any difference. As long as we are in dream world is real, fighting is going on. When you wake up, oh, dream world was never there. With what was I fighting? Only one mind was there. It had created such a world that I mistook it for a real thing. It's such a power the mind has got. It has created me also in the dream, with which the moment I enter into dream world, I identify with the dream body. What a wonderful magic you see. And when you wake up, you see except mind, nothing was there. And fighting was going on. I took one side. Same thing is happening at the physical level here. That was happening at subtle level. There is the causal level, subtle level, gross level. Gross level also is same happening. Can I go beyond? Yes, that is called transcendental realm. You have to transcend this square and go beyond. So how to transcend? There must be some force that comes to our help to lift us to beyond or push us to the beyond. This power we call Divine Mother. And here we see in Chandi part, we invoke the Divine Mother. Not only we to collect the whole of awareness, to integrate myself and understand the cosmic forces that, oh, this cannot be destroyed. Mother alone has to come and take us beyond. So this understanding dawns when we read Bhagavad Gita, this Chandi, Durga Saptashati. We clearly understand, oh, even Bhagavatam, the Vaishnavas hold on to Bhagavatam. We see the Krishna's part in the Mahabharata, how the whole war between the Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra. It is a world of action. Kuru, do, Kru is from the Kru Dhatu. Dharmakshetra. It's a place where the righteousness doesn't dominate but is to be freely found. It is the basis, it is what pervading, it is what giving existence to all that exists. Yet there is a duality, and when duality comes into picture, there is a conflict. There is the taratamya, taratama, the difference. Maybe even in good, two people is more good than this person. There is taratama, taratamya. Taratama comes into picture, means again there is, he is greater than me, he is lower than me. All this, the duality means there is always problem. So where do we find unity? Is when we transcend it. Where is it? It is pervading everything, but we cannot perceive it because we are in a plane where it is not perceivable by us. So penetrating through, or I have to penetrate through matter to see the spirit, or drag the spirit outside as to manifest it. Mother, come and reveal yourself. Make me understand how you are, where you are. Just like Sri Ramakrishna began. Mother, is it true that you are there? People say, great saints say, enlightened souls say that you are there. But I don't see. Where are you? How are you? Going on, praying, praying, praying. Mind attains such a power to penetrate into the reality, and on the other side, the mother feels compassion for the jiva to reveal herself. Both sides there must be participation. My full participation to my optimum level. More, I cannot do anything more. To that level, I must go to get that grace, the mother's participation, to make her reveal herself. So here the Chandi part is being done in other's house, and one person is like a priest. He has come down, Rajnarayan, a famous reciter, has come and is reciting the Chandi. He began the recital in the worship hall. Worship hall means where perhaps the Divine Mother's image might have been kept. Even otherwise, a small picture of Divine Mother. Sometimes handwritten and hand painted also they use. Many of the houses, even Ganesha and Gauri being worshipped during the rainy season. Now it's coming in somewhere slowly. So it is every year they handwrite with a particular ink and all that, and then worship it, and then immerse the image, what is written. Some people use the printed and modern pictures, put in a glass and keep it permanently, like photos what we keep in houses. And so if these things are not there, traditionally we invoke the Divine Mother in a kalasha, ghata. The Divine Mother or any aspect of divinity can be invoked in anywhere, in anything where we find it to be sacred. Now, it is commonly used is one pot, either earthen pot or copper pot is used to invoke. The pot always represents the bodily existence, just like I have a body. This body is always called as ghata in the Pauranic language. Ghata ghata mein ramata hai. In every bodily existence, God dwells. So the ghata term is used to indicate even in the Advaita, the pot space, the room space, ghatakasha, mathakasha, mahakasha. Ghatakasha is individual to represent. So here the Divine Mother, because it's made up of, usually earthen pots are preferred than any metal because it's more durable. So earthen pot, it is earth, one of the important and the last is used to indicate the whole. Now the earth means it's Panchamahabhuta. All the are included always. One represents water, suppose I take, it represents, we can make it represent all aspects of divine. Now suppose it is suppose I say I means it includes all the chakshu, all other sense organs are included. He doesn't have eyes, means he doesn't have eyes to see. Suppose the terms are used in such a way to represent the whole thing. And here we see a pot is used filled with water. Water always, in a pot, water represents the Brahman. Jala Tattva is used as the primordial form of existence. Before the creation comes into existence, the Brahman is considered as if water. After the dissolution of the universe, the earth and everything starts dissolving in water. It is actually dissolving in the Brahman. So life, it is life principle. Earthen pot with water inside. The manifest and unmanifest are together as if the water is used. And a coconut is kept over that represents all the lives that are life principle, because it contains all the 5 elements. There is the shell, which represents the Agni Tattva, the kernel within, the Prithvi Tattva, there is water inside, the Jala Tattva, there is space inside, Akasha Tattva, there is air inside the coconut, the Vayu Tattva. All the 5 tattvas, principles, tattva, thatness, is there in the coconut. So that coconut is always offered to God as a representation of my bodily existence, totally offering at the feet of Divine Mother. So here we see the Jiva, the Prakriti, and the Brahman are represented in the Ghata presentation. The nature also is brought into picture by keeping the leaves below the coconut and rice below the pot. The Brahman is the Adhara and Brahman is the Adheya also. So in this, the Divine Mother is commonly invoked. The invocation of the Divine Mother or any aspect, generally in Bengal, it is the Divine Mother. Now, even in our Ramakrishna tradition, at the time of the consecration of a temple, we see the Divine Mother is invoked in a pot like this, Ghata, the Divine Mother Kali, the Divine Mother Kali, especially the Kali aspect. Kali aspect represents the whole of existence, the relative and the transcendental together, the dynamic and static aspect of the existence. The Shiva lying down represents the Brahman, Shavarupa Shiva, immobile, eternal, unchanging reality is represented by the Shiva lying down, the consciousness as the Adhara, and the whole dynamic aspect of the universe standing as the dark Kali. So this is done with the marble Shiva and the black stone Kali is represent. The Chaitanya and Jada together aspect, the relative and the transcendental. So here we would invoke that whole existence as if the entire and worshipped. The Divine Mother is worshipped in all her aspects. So when Chandi is chanted, chanting means there is a provision made either of the ghata or a picture or an image or any aspect of Divine Mother, including a set of plants. They are also used to invoke the Divine Mother, and that is called now Ram Narayan began the recital in the worship hall. This is the worship hall in which he has started. He sang, I have surrendered my soul at the fearless feet of Divine Mother, the Mother. Am I afraid of death anymore? Am I afraid of death anymore? Because a thing in which death is a part, we saw in Holy Mother's life a few days back. I was explaining somewhere that a devotee of Ramakrishna, a lady devotee, she was in deathbed and Holy Mother goes to see her. And there she is bedridden, last days of her life, and she is nearing the end, and Mother goes there. They had met before Thakur's Mahasamadhi in Dakshineshwar. She used to come to Sri Ramakrishna, and now she is in the deathbed, coming to know my mother has gone to her house to see. And the moment Mother enters, she is filled with joy. She is on the last stages, maybe a day or two left for her to breathe the last. And seeing mother, she is in ecstatic state, like so much of joy filled. Then mother goes and sits, and she says, I knew you will come, because I have surrendered my soul. We have seen Sri Ramakrishna. I used to go to Sri Ramakrishna, and at his feet we have surrendered our heart and soul. I see his intense presence with me. And all worries, everything is gone. I am at comfort, I am at peace within myself. The end of life, she is telling this. All were surprised, and she's herself in joyful state. Throughout, even earlier to mother's going, she is in such a state that she is not at all worried about her death. Then mother says, oh, you are feeling the intense presence of Thakur, and Thakur is with you, within and without. He is there pervading you. What more to worry? Nothing more to worry, no more fear. When mother says nothing more to worry, no more fear, the word fear, immediately she catches that word. No, I don't have any fear whatsoever of death. Because Thakur used to tell me, when it was immediately after my marriage, I started going to Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna used to tell me, see, you will be having a joyful life in this world, this life. You will have a full of joy and everything comforts. Then he said, don't forget, what all you get is from God. And remember, what all you are getting in your life is a gift from God. It's God giving you. Don't forget this. And there he mentions all, yes, I mean all. Even the birth and death comes from God. Death also comes from God. Death also comes from God. Birth also comes from God. Thakur insisted that death also comes from God. So I am not afraid. And he said, death is, you leave everything what you got here in this world, including death, and go ahead to have a new life, of elevated life in the future. See how clear. With death, life doesn't end. You are going to leave like all other things, you are going to leave the death also. Death comes and you pass through it, leaving the death, you go ahead to have a new life. So this understanding is a beautiful understanding that everything comes from God, including death. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.